Tonight in the news, 3 communities in Ohukuluku government area agree to embrace peace. President Tinubu promises to defend democratic rights of Nigerians. Kenyan president condemns death of detainee in police custody. Good evening, thank you for joining us on the news. My name is Amaka Izuchukwu. Effium, Ezekuna and Alioma communities in Ohukuluku government area of the state have taken significant steps towards ensuring lasting peace after more than 4 years of turmoil by embracing the peace initiative set forth by Governor Francis Nwifuru. This momentous shift was solidified during a behind-closed-door meeting held at the Governor's Office, Government House, Ochudu Centenary City, Abakaliki. We have selected stakeholders from both clans engaged in constructive dialogue, emerging with smiles and mutual embraces, symbolizing a collective commitment to the restoration of peace. Government House correspondent Osanju Ibuta was there for Soul Television and now reports.
Briefing newsmen after the closed-door meeting that lasted for over 5 hours. The spokesperson for Zekona and Alioma communities and former Chief Judge of the state, Justice Anselm Mwigwe, expressed gratitude to Governor Nwifuru for his unwavering commitment to peace and emphasized the necessity of regular meeting between the aggrieved parties to further cultivate and strengthen the peace process. Justice Mwigwe further noted that a continuous dialogue is crucial to ensure that the peace is not just a momentary agreement, but a lasting resolve to put to an end to the lingering crisis in the area.
The meeting was successful. We came here with frowned faces and now we are smiling home. Everything has been resolved.
Meanwhile, Prince James Agena, spokesperson for Effium community, who echoed the sentiment by acknowledging Governor Nwifuru's initiatives, stated that Effium clan fully supports the government's effort in ensuring lasting peace in the area and reaffirmed their commitment to making the peace initiative a reality.
It was a very beautiful outcome. I think when we were coming, some of us were frowning our faces, but as we are coming out now, you can see everybody smiling. That means we had a very session. People never close the nation. We have a position paper on that. We have resolved issues. Now going back to the fact the governor gave us a mandate to go back and keep peace. No more killing. Anybody against the government will go after the person. And the recent killing, the kind of vote taking will be conducted to ensure that such incident doesn't happen again.
With 15 representatives from each clan attending the meeting, the gathering demonstrated a united front in the pursuit of peace, as both parties expressed readiness to turn a new leaf by embracing peace and working together for a brighter future for the area. Osando Nguta, Salt TV News.
The Director General, Ebonyi Broadcasting Corporation, EBBC, Comrade Anthony Mizi, says he will continue to support the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, its ideals and initiatives to enhance good governance. Comrade Mizi stated this when he received in audience the new executive members of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Ebonyi State Council, who were on a courtesy visit to his office.
Comrade Anthony Nwezi, who explained that the NUJ has remained his primary constituency, assured that he would continue to identify with the union and interface with the government in enhancing the welfare of its members. He appreciated the chairman of the council, Comrade Samson Nwafo, for recognizing his modest efforts and contributions towards the growth of the media industry in the state, and assured that he would not relent in advancing the ongoing transformation in EBBC, increasing her rich program contents until the establishment becomes a global brand to serve the public better. Comrade Nwezi listed some far-reaching life interventions of Governor Nwifuru's administration in the lives of Ebonyi people in line with his People's Charter of Needs policy, and called on the people to be patient with the government and disregard distractors whose stock in trade was to castigate government and her policies.
The NUJ that is supposed to be a key part and parcel of government, they will not. Maybe because they want to shy away from their responsibilities. That's what I believe. So a lot of things has happened in NUJ, and I am happy to be a member. If you see my vehicles, you see that you still see the sticker of NUJ.
He commended the NUJ in Ebonyi State for partnering the administration of Governor Nwifuru to implement lofty initiatives that promote good governance and urged the council to prioritize peace and discourage our members from joining the band of social media attackers who unleash falsehood and half-baked reports against the government.
For the recommendation, and also thank you for the recommendation you have given to the governor. As the marked is mentioned on the eventful 2 years in office. Of course, it's only those who have not actually followed his steps in his people's economy that will not understand what is on ground. And everybody is looking for window dressing. But he himself is asking people to relax and see what will happen. The most important thing is what we have done in office at the end of the day. And you know, our people have this amnesia that they will just keep clapping, they will clap and clap, after 2 days, everything will go. Now, how many people remember how much the governor has put into the payment of gratuities of public servants? And the people who have saved their life by the monies he has paid them. The money they have not made throughout the period that they served. They got it on retirement.
The chairman, Nigeria Union of Journalists, Ebonyi State Council, Comrade Samson Nwafo, who led the delegation, commended the Director General for his sustained interest in the affairs and welfare of the members, even when he has been elevated to a higher position, and appreciated him for his kind gestures and support during the last NUJ election that produced the new executives. Comrade Nwafo noted that though funding was a major challenge to the union, the current leadership will continue to push for improved attention to enable it carry out their mandate effectively. He commended the transformation that has taken place in EBBC and acknowledged that Governor Nwifuru made the right choice in appointing Comrade Nwizi to superintend the affairs of the media outfits. The union, while congratulating Governor Francis Nwifuru for marking his successful 2 years in office, appreciated the policies of his administration, which have led to reduction in insecurity, poverty, and increased access to youth and women empowerment.
Everybody who knows what the governor has done within these 2 years can actually raise his or her head high to say that the governor has done well. We know what the state was, maybe flashing back. The kind of insecurity we were witnessing, killings, stealing, burglary cases all over the state, snatching of motorcycles, snatching of cars, and killing all over, communal clashes. And that thing was happening because of
the vice chairman of the NUJ, Comrade Moses Erob, reiterated the council's stand against negative reportage that tend to denigrate the state and her citizens, and promised better plans to project the council higher.
The Vice-Chancellor of the Alex Ekweme Federal University in Dufa-Likiko, A.E. Funai, Professor Sunday Elum, says the university under his watch will continue to provide enabling ground for promoting innovation, creativity and practical solutions to agricultural development. The Vice-Chancellor stated this at the opening ceremony of a 2-day student hackathon program which focused on food value chain management to support modernization of agricultural education in Nigeria and in the sub-Saharan Africa, which held at the Faculty of Agriculture, A.E. Funai.
The Alex Ekwueme Federal University Ndufu-Alike-Ikwo is one of the universities in sub-Saharan Africa implementing the Hackathon Food Value Chain project, which is aimed at modernizing agricultural education by fostering a more holistic and human-centered approach to agricultural education with the objective of developing competence-based master program on food value chain in the university, among other objectives. Professor Sunday Elam, who was represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, Professor Ebel Ezoha, expressed delight that the Chain Project Student Hackathon Context brought together talented minds and innovative ideas to tackle challenges facing food value chain management, saying that students who participated in the program will significantly impact on agribusiness development in Ebonyi State. He commended the European Union through the Erasmus program for rolling out the lofty initiatives.
We have individuals with the right set of capacity, research capacity. So it's all about being innovative in your research, in developing, coming up with research ideas and building a body of proposal that can be designed to solve real life problems. We know that Ebonyi State is an agrarian society, and that gave us the edge that we were able to say, okay, we are a university existing in an agriculturally endowed society, and attracting this project would add value. Of course, we know how much Ebonyi State contributes in terms of agricultural input in the country. So developing or building a hub for agro-processing projects here in Ebonyi is expected to be a massive...
The coordinator of the Chain program in Alex Ekwueme Federal University, Professor Robert Onyeneke, explains that the project since 2023 has achieved key milestones such as attracting equipment for research in agribusiness department and undergraduate programs in the faculty, commencement of postgraduate program in agribusiness, training of staff and successful takeoff of master's program in food value chain management.
The project has trained our staff members in adult learning and student-centered teaching, e-learning and use of digital tools in teaching and learning, reflective thinking and self-learning methods, organization of students' hackathons, and writing project proposals for international donors.
A member of the jury at the Hackathon Program Context and Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Mrs. Grace Mfong, and the chairman of Abakaliki Rice Mill Limited, Chief Linus Obeji, described the food value chain project as a laudable initiative that would impact positively on the agricultural sector of the state and commended the university for its proficiency. The Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, Professor Christiana Iberi, and the Head of Agribusiness and Management Department, Dr. Tony Okoisu, said Alex Ekwueme Federal University is the only university in the southern part of Nigeria where the project in food value chain is taking place.
I am grateful that the faculty is leading in this aspect of our program, and this program is not only for the development of the staff, but including the students, which means it has a lot of developmental program involved in it.
Apart from capacity building, a lot of our staff has, including myself, we've been to different countries in Europe. We just came back from Romania. We visited the Iași University of Life Sciences in Romania, where we had a lot of workshops and trainings with regards to food value chain management. So you can see that the university here in Ebonyi, and representing the southern part of Nigeria and Africa, is doing a lot.
Students who emerged from the context will represent the university in other food value chain hackathon program elsewhere within and outside the country. Moses Erogo, Sol TV News.
President Tinubu on Thursday promised to defend the democratic right of Nigerians to freedom of speech. In his Democracy Day speech at the National Assembly complex in Abuja, the president told security agents not to hound those criticizing his administration's perceived unpleasant policies.
Tinubu urged his political loyalists and lawmakers to value dialogue over dictatorship, persuasion over suppression, and rights over might. Several journalists and persons have been haunted by their criticisms of the Tinubu administration and alleged violation of the Cybercrime Prohibition Act 2015 and other extant laws of the land.
We'll take a break now. We'll return with more stories for you. Please stay. Glad to know you're still there. President Bola Tinubu has called for the prompt ratification of the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction BBNJ agreement and a significant increase in funding for blue economy initiatives to ensure the protection and sustainable use of the world's oceans. Delivering Nigeria's national statement on behalf of Tinubu at the ongoing United Nations Ocean Conference in Nice, France, the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, emphasized that urgent and collective global action was needed to secure the health of the oceans for future generations.
The conference, which has drawn participants from over 120 member states, is jointly hosted by France and Costa Rica under the theme Accelerating Action and Mobilizing All Actors to Conserve and Sustainably Use the Ocean. Oyetola, in a statement by the Special Advisor on Media and Communications, Bolaji Akinola, and made available to newsmen on Wednesday, stated that as a coastal state, Nigeria recognized the ocean as a repository of tremendous wealth, natural capital, global food security, employment opportunities, and sustainable livelihoods. He said that Nigeria was committed to achieving the targets of Sustainable Development Goal 14, as well as the African Union Agenda 2063 and coming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework.
Kenyan President William Ruto has condemned the death of 31-year-old Albert Owang while in police custody, calling it heartbreaking and unacceptable, and urged a prompt and transparent investigation. Owang, a blogger active on X and Facebook, was arrested last weekend for posting allegations of corruption against a senior police officer. He was detained in Western Kenya and later transferred over 250 kilometers to Nairobi without a court order, according to the Law Society of Kenya, LSK.
His death in custody has sparked national outrage and protests, marking a fresh flashpoint in ongoing concerns over police brutality in the country. Initial police reports claimed Owan died by suicide after allegedly hitting his head against a cell wall. However, a post-mortem conducted by government pathologist Bernard Media contradicted that account. He told reporters that the cause of death is very clear: head injury, neck compression, and additional injuries across the body, all pointing towards assault.
A curfew is in place for a second night in Los Angeles after nearly a week of unrest in the city over U.S. immigration raids. Multiple people were arrested for violating the downtown curfew shortly after it came into effect at 2000 local time.
Nearly 400 people have been arrested in Los Angeles since protests began on Friday, including 330 undocumented migrants and 157 people arrested for assault and obstruction, including one for the attempted murder of a police officer. Federal prosecutors have so far charged 2 men for throwing Molotov cocktails at police officers in 2 separate incidents. A total of 4,000 National Guard troops and 700 Marines have been deployed to help quell the unrest. Some of those National Guard troops are now authorized to detain people until police can arrest them.
Let's take another look at our major stories as we wrap up the news. Effium, Ezekuna, and Alioma communities in the Hukuluku government area have taken significant steps towards ensuring lasting peace after more than 4 years of turmoil by embracing the peace initiative set forth by Governor Francis Nwifuru. President Bola Tinubu has called for the prompt ratification of the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction BBNJ agreement and a significant increased protection and sustainable use of the world's oceans. Kenyan President William Ruto has condemned the death of 31-year-old Albert Owang while in police custody, calling it heartbreaking and unacceptable, and urged a prompt and transparent investigation. That's the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Amaka Izuchukwu. Good evening.